This is the full fairing kit for the ZZR 1200. It was about $700 and some change for the full kit because I did have a spill and I did crack the side of the fender or the fairing, and I was gonna fix it, and like $100, $200 for fairing. And the paint guy was like, oh, well, I could paint it for this much, and it was just turning like $300, and it just kind of went up and up and up and up, and it just started turning into an expense. So I found nicecycle.com, and they had theirs for $700 and some change. I'm like, oh wow, I don't need any of this. All I really needed was that one side. I was like, okay, no problem, just that one side. Great. Might as well buy the whole thing, freaking $300, $400 to paint one side and get it fixed up. I was like, wow, might as well just spend the money and get the whole damn thing, because I did scratch up and I cracked it. I mean, it's alright. I can fix that with no problem. But it was just, at the time, it just seemed easier just to get the whole thing, And, well, it looks pretty good. It's very cheap plastic. A lot of blemishes. I mean, that's not paint right there. That bubble. That's not paint. That's the plastic. I mean, it shows itself all over this stuff. I mean, I had to drill a hole here because it wasn't drilled. I had to drill a hole here because it wasn't drilled. I mean, it's just like over and over again. All the edges on everything are very cheap, and some of them are not even sanded properly, and it just starts turning into a disaster once you unfold it, And I mean, look at the difference. It's pretty solid, nice Japanese quality plastic. They take pride in your shit. Here's some Chinese stuff. I mean, it's just very flimsy. Look at the welds. It's just like, see if I get a good camera angle here. I mean, it's kind of like welded these tabs on. I mean, it gets worse. I mean, this is a pretty good fairing compared to the rest of the shit that I got. I mean, and a lot of people complain like, oh, it didn't come with the heat shields and yada, 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 and this and that. So what Nice Cycle did, again, I'm not trying to put any bad mojo towards this company. They just kind of, I don't know, just got a fucking heat shield and just like super glued it, and then all of a sudden they're like, bam, Nice Cycle, and they put a little tag on there. I thought they're gonna go through this shit and make it look legit. And, that's not coming off. And make it look nice, And like, here's the factory. It's like they stamp a whole piece in there. Looks good. And again, I know what I was expecting to buy, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this bad. Took 20 minutes to install this light, and a freaking 1/8-inch gap on this light. I know it's an aftermarket light, but I did try to install the original one, and it came out to be the same bullshit. And it's like wobbling around now. I gotta like super glue it. And I had to carve this right here, just so this little tab right here can fit in there. The paint's all chipping and coming off and everything. And I finally get everything, and I spent this like 45 minutes before I started filming this. Actually, 45 minutes on this light, and this is before the other one over here. I took that one out, and I come to the conclusion that this tab is probably 1/8 of an inch too close. So whenever I install this piece right here hits that. And that's why it pops out and comes out. And then I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. Also, I'm looking at that side, I'm like, oh shit, that's why there's a fucking gap over here, because the fucking tab is welded too close. So now I just spent $800 or $700 something on a kit where my blinkers are sticking way the hell out. And you're like, oh, that's not a problem, man, whatever, okay, they're sticking out and everything. You put them together. Well, If they're sticking out and I do screw this together, which I did have actually the screw touch that piece of metal, I was like, finally, I got it together. Nah, fuck it. You know, we'll leave it the way it is. Now it's no lights like this. It's just chilling there. It was just kind of hanging there because this wasn't matching up with this because this was too far out. So, yep, we're fucked on that one. I'm going to have to break my plastic and re-weld it. You know, again, I'm not trying to be negative about this whatsoever. You know, the first part I did open, it broke in my hands. This part goes behind this screen right here, and it just kind of broke. And this plastic is very, very, very cheap. It's not ABS plastic. It's really garbage. And again, this is the stock fairing kit for this bike. And this silver does not match my gas tank. By the way, this silver is the same silver as the frame, not the same silver as the gas tank. So it's different. But you can't really notice it. I can because I'm the one putting it together. You know, and you're like, well, that's not so bad. We might be able to, you know, you could deal with that type of thing. You know, no one's gonna make a difference. No one's gonna see it sitting at a stand, and then, or you know, you're standing around and you know you're showing off your bike. No one's gonna notice. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You know, no one will notice. You know, whatever. Let's just fuck it. Put it together. So I was getting ready to put it together, and when the bike fell over some rocks. You know, I was a little lit. And the bike is heavy, you know. I'm gonna admit it. The bike's fucking heavy. You know, it's a big bike. You know, I got a little damage there, and I was like, what the hell? Let's look at this. And I was like, looking at it, and I've seen this sitting right here. Oh shit! Look at that. You know. It's like, oh wow, look at crappy weld jobs they were doing in here. I was like, holy shit. I was like, whatever. You know, again. Like, oh, you know, it's silver. Oh, what the fuck? Wait a minute. What the fuck? Would they forget something? Oh. Look at that. They forgot to punch the fucking hole. Oh, it's like the machine was like low on hydraulic fluid, and it's like, I just don't got enough juice to punch this hole today, so we're just gonna spit it out like that. Yeah, and then after I saw that, I got kind of pissed, and I was like, oh, look at all that drool with the clear coat dripping there, and I did some really, took a shot. I started looking at few things, and I found out this fucking thing is a half an inch wider than this fucking thing altogether. So there is your aftermarket fairing kit for the ZZR 1200. Anyways, that's my experience, and it's not going to go too well, so I'm just going to put this together as best I can, and I'm going to put the side plastic piece back on over here on this fairing side so I can ride my motorcycle for a couple weeks, and I'm going to go get the nose properly painted, and I'm going to get that side piece properly painted. And that's that. And I'll see what happens with all the rest of this junk, because you don't want to spend your money on this shit. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I did mention, these little grommets, these little rubber pieces, they don't come with it. You have to put them on from your old piece, and good luck, because they don't fit right, and they're a pain in the ass to fucking put on. So, have fun with your aftermarket kits. I'm sorry this took so long, but I did have to make a little video about it because it pissed me off quite a bit after trying to install these blinkers for about an hour and 20 minutes. So, good luck. If you do, by the way, if you do order fenders from nicecycle.com, which I'm sure they're a good company, and they do have good paintwork, get them custom painted so you don't have to deal with this shit. Because this comes straight from China, straight to them, and then straight to me. Like I said, Are you really gonna paint that and send that out and be like, this is nice cycle products? I'm gonna put stickers on everything. That makes your company look like shit. It really does.